Am I the asshole for leaving after finding out that my husband let his brother and his family take our bedroom? IF23 have been wheelchair-bound for over a year. My life changed ever since I started using the wheelchair. I used to feel useless, but my husband supports me all the time. I recently went back to college, studying online, after stopping for an entire year. We used to live in an apartment. My husband managed, with the help of his family, to buy a small house. We have 2 bedrooms in total. One downstairs and the other is upstairs. Our bedroom is downstairs so I could move freely in my wheelchair. The bathroom and kitchen are accessible as well. The problem is that my brother-in-law's house had an accidental fire and it burned down. He and his family have been staying with family members but not for long since they all live in apartments and my brother-in-law has 3 kids. My husband said brother-in-law and his family were coming to stay with us for a month since it was our turn to take them in. They arrived and my brother-in-law and wife were acting strange for few days. Their kids'd go into our bedroom and stay there. My husband told my brother-in-law and his wife said the upstairs room is too small for them and their kids and asked him if they could switch rooms since our bedroom is bigger. I was shocked. I told him I need the space for mobility and I can't climb the stairs to reach the other room. It's not logical. My husband said it didn't feel fair that 5 male members were stuck in a tiny room while it's just 2 of us in a big room. We argued, then we stopped. Yesterday my sister dropped me off after visiting my parents. And when I entered our house I was stunned to see our stuff was moved out the room and was being moved upstairs. I asked my husband. He looked apologetic, saying he couldn't stand to see his brother and the kids uncomfortable, so he let them take our bedroom. He reassured me he'd take care of getting me up and downstairs and said the staircase is short so it won't be hard. I yelled at him after that and called him unbelievable. He lashed back and reminded me that his family helped us buy this house and his mother called to shame him for the kids suffering in a small room. He went on about his brother struggling and asked me to put myself in his place and imagine if our house burned. Would I still complain about the upstairs room? I was so mad at him. My BIL's wife tried to talk to me, basically justifying why she and brother-in-law pressured my husband to give them the room and called my sister to take me to my parents' house. My husband talked to mom and he was upset that she said he was wrong to do this to me. He said I should have talked to him instead of talking to my mom. Not the asshole at all. There is a huge difference between want and need and the two are being conflated here. Your in-laws want more space, you need to be able to get around the house. Your husband's solution is not a solution, it's a situation that causes you to become completely dependent on him to get around the house, and that's unacceptable. Your husband was also wrong and quite honestly dishonest in the way that he framed the fallout. He said you should have talked to him. You did talk to him, he just completely ignored you and decided to do what he wanted. You were clear that this wasn't an option and he was clear in the fact that he didn't care. Why aren't your in-laws being asked to put themselves in your shoes? Not the asshole, I'd be raising hell on earth, and what's he talking about? You did talk to him, but it went in one ear and out the other. He's showing you that he's going to prioritize his family over you and it is not okay. Do not go back there until him and his dumb family have a genuine apology, and when you get your room back. Seriously, what were these people all thinking? Not the asshole. Disability trumps comfort. You have no choice, they can suck it up. One is, I can't, the other is, I don't wanna. Your husband is an ass. Not the asshole, but you sure are surrounded by assholes. If they need more space they can rent a couple of hotel rooms. Shame on your husband and his shitty family. Tell them to take the small room or find some other accommodations. Not the asshole, this is so messed up. How can he expect you to get upstairs when he's not there? Crawl. He should not have done anything without talking to you, and he should have known moving you upstairs is a no-go. I'm sorry you are going through this. I recently, within the last 6 months, had to start using a wheelchair. I know how difficult and demeaning it can be. I hope your husband sees how insensitive he's being and fixes this situation. Not the asshole. One of the brighter red flags in this story is your husband saying, "My family helped us with this house, so we have to do it," so helping you with the house came with serious strings. How many more times in the future will that be used as an excuse to make you feel less than or treated as less than in your own home? Not the asshole. My jaw literally dropped reading that he completely overruled your rights and needs because his family are being ungrateful. Oz. Obviously the fire is awful and it's an uncomfortable situation they're in, but you literally need the main level. Expecting you to be carried up and down the stairs for a month just to put their comfort above yours is insane. Also the audacity that he whined for you going to mom instead of talking to him about it. After you already talked to him about it and he utterly disregarded what you said and let them have the room anyway. I am so sorry you're married to such a poss. I'm so angry for you op. Not the asshole and oh, hell to the no. Husband. What if our house burned? Would you still complain about the upstairs room? That is literally my entire fucking point. I wouldn't complain about any room that I was blessed enough to be given, and I damn sure wouldn't be ungrateful and entitled enough to force my hosts out of their own bed. Your husband is. I can't say it without getting banned, and that goes for your entitled in-laws, as well. That would have been an out-of-line request if you hadn't been in a wheelchair, and since you are, it enters the realm of the surreal. Don't go back until they are gone, and think long and hard about whether you want to even then. Your husband has shown you that you can't count on him, and his family sound beyond horrible. Not the asshole. He can't stand to see his brother's family uncomfortable, but can stand taking away your independence and comfort in your own home. That makes no sense and you are in no way in the wrong. Even without the physical limitations, he shouldn't be offering up your room for guests. It's your room as much as it is his. Adding in that it makes your life so much easier due to the wheelchair takes your husband's asshole level to the moon. Not the asshole. Your physical disability prevents you from going upstairs, but your husband and his family think their comfort come before your ability to move in your own house. They seriously had the nerve to kick you out of your room, and you'd be completely at others' mercy when you can go to your own room in your home. Stay at your mother's as long as you husband and his family have this unapologetic attitude. NTA. As a chair user this makes my blood boil. What he suggested is not only cruel, as you'd be at the mercy of others to move around your home, it's also infantilizing. You'd have to be carried, like a child in need, and likely only when they felt like helping, cause this certainly would be inconvenient when you asked to be allowed to go to your room. You are only 23 years old, and your husband is abusing you. Removing your life accommodations in your own house is abuse. Are you willing to put up with this abuse for the rest of your life? It is not going to get better, it will only get worse. Please get out of there and don't ever go back. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. I'm gonna make an assumption here and say you need the downstairs bedroom for your independence and there are no assistance options like a stairlift installed. Complete garbage move by the family to pressure your husband to. Also garbage that the husband didn't stand up to them. Move you out of your room. It's bad their house burnt down, but that doesn't entitle them to turf someone else out their room. Even more garbage that this room is pivotal for maintaining independence and dignity, an important factor able-bodied people may take for granted. Family should be grateful that you're opening up your home to them instead of paying a hotel bill. Not the asshole. I am 100% on your side. You aren't doing this for any reason other than you literally can't get to the other room. Stay with your parents until your husband pulls his head out. Not the asshole. You did talk to him. It's his own fault he didn't listen or care what you said about it. I would tell him he needs to bring you your stuff to your mom's house because you will be staying there until you can have your room back, and if it takes more than 30 days, you will be filing for divorce on day 31. So your husband listened to his mother, not the woman he married. Not only did he do that, but he clearly considers your comfort and health to be far less important than his family. And he basically showed you that, at the end of the day, fuck your feelings, what mommy wants mommy gets. Not the asshole. And I wouldn't go back until they were gone and I had an agreement for marriage counseling. Not the asshole. I'd be telling hubby it's me or them. They have got to go. If he won't cooperate I'd file to evict them. It's your house too and you have every right. I would also be speaking to a divorce attorney. Your husband crossed a line. If he does anything other than swift immediate action to rectify this, you need to end this. Not the asshole. You have a physical reason to need the main level. Could the kids sleep in the living room? Not the asshole, but your husband and in-laws sure are. I'm sorry they are treating you this way and ignoring your struggles for their convenience. Now you know where you rank in your husband's priorities. I'm sorry you had to learn where your husband ranks you this way. Not the asshole. What your husband has done is despicable. He has the nerve to ask what would you do if your house burnt down? Tell him you would die because you would be stuck upstairs unable to get out because you are in a wheelchair. Go to your mum's and stay there. Get her to get your stuff from your house and seriously consider if this is the person you want to be tied to forever. Someone who puts your comfort and safety at risk in your own home because he's too spineless to stand up to his family. I know people are quick to shout divorce on this sub, but honestly this is divorce-worthy. Not the asshole. I'd be furious. He went on about his brother struggling and asked me to put myself in his place and imagine if our house burned. Would I still complain about the upstairs room? Your husband made a good point here. Put yourself in your brother-in-law place. What if your house burned down and you were stuck in the upstairs room? Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Your mobility is crucial. You are not being treated as an equal. It takes away from your freedom. Not the asshole. Go back to your parents. Tell him to fix it or you'll fix it with a divorce. He clearly doesn't respect you if he allows his family to walk all over you. Not the asshole lol, so he gets to speak to and decide with his entire family about where you will sleep, but you are not allowed to talk to your family about where you will sleep. Husband is an awe, make it clear you're staying at your parents until you can actually live in your home. Accessibility is a human right. They are taking away your human rights, for the sake of a bit of discomfort for a month. NTA. Not the asshole. He said I should have talked to him instead of talking to my mom. Of course, it's okay for everyone else to talk about this, including his mom. How about they try putting themselves in your position? And surely there's space other than that smaller bedroom to set up bedding for kids to sleep on. Not the asshole. At all. Even if you weren't in a wheelchair, this would be unacceptable. But it's even worse because you literally can't get to that bedroom on your own. What if you want to go take a nap and your husband isn't there to carry you up the stairs? You have no independence in your own home. This is insane to me. You and I are almost the same age. Be honest with yourself here. Is this how you want to spend the rest of your life? Being second to his whole family? The strings attached to the house? Your disability being used against you? The utter disregard for your autonomy and safety? I'm sorry this is happening to you. But you deserve so much better than this. I would stay with your mother indefinitely. See if someone can help you get your stuff from your house, mainly the new bedroom, and be done with it. This isn't what you want your life to be, and once you set the precedent that this is okay, it will only get worse. How the fuck have you not called a lawyer yet and started the process to serve him divorce papers? My best friend has a physical disability that requires a wheelchair most days, and if she ever called me and told me that happened, I'd be on my way to drive to her now and on the phone with my lawyer to see if he'll take a reduced fee for this. Not the asshole, but honestly I wonder if your husband is trying to get you to divorce him because he doesn't want to deal with your disability but also doesn't want to look bad for divorcing you because of it. Good riddance either way. This man and his family do not care about you or your needs. Not the asshole. There's just some things you don't do in this world, and taking away someone's ability to move freely in their own goddamn house is one of them. Not the asshole, but to be completely honest, you should stay at your parents' house. Your husband has shown you how little he actually cares for you. He went behind your back to change the rooms knowing that you can't access the upstairs room because of your disability. This man does not love you, at least not in the way you deserve to be loved. He willing sacrificed you and your needs to make his brother happy. He does not care about you. Make sure you save screenshots of messages, phone calls, etc. Document everything and get a lawyer. File for divorce and find a partner who actually respects and loves you. Not the asshole. You're in a fucking wheelchair with no way to get up the stairs. If I were his brother, I'd tell your husband not to do that. Not the asshole. I could maybe understand one person thinking this was okay, because narcissists, but all of them? I'm hoping this is very short term for you, but I would be making quiet arrangements for divorce and moving whenever that is possible. Hoping all goes well for you. Not the asshole. Seeing as this is your bill and family, they likely had an idea of the accommodation during their stay. They choose to come anyway, so they shouldn't be complaining. If they didn't know about the room situation, then it is on your husband for not making it clear. NTA. This is your home and your husband has no right to move you out of your room. He felt bad because his family was uncomfortable in the smaller room, but what about you? I don't understand his or their logic. If the room was too small, why not let the kids sleep there and buy an air mattress so they can sleep in the living room? Or vice versa. All you really need the room is to sleep and store clothes and items. They could have made it work. It's also your home and you shouldn't have to move to the second floor. I am so sorry you have to go through this. What they did was not okay. He went on about his brother struggling and asked me to put myself in his place and imagine if our house burned. Would I still complain about the upstairs room? I don't think he would have liked my response to that. Well, honey, if our place burned down, I'd probably be dead because I'd be upstairs trapped, unable to leave the house because of you. Not the asshole. And please stay with your parents, and maybe send your sister to go pick up some stuff for you. Even if his brother and his family moved back to the upstairs bedroom, the bigger problem here is your husband. He doesn't respect you. You have a right to maintain your independency, and anyone who tries to take that away from you is someone you don't need in your life. Why isn't their home insurance putting them up in temporary accommodation while their home is repaired? NTA. Your husband and his family are. His mother called to shame him. And then he did exactly what she told him to do. But yet he said you shouldn't be talking to your mom about this? Not the asshole. And I'd make that move to your mom's permanent, as your husband has shown how little he thinks of you. Not the asshole. You did talk to him and he didn't listen. You deserve better. I felt so mad reading this. Not the asshole. You have a limited amount of independence and it's horrible of them to expect you to give it up. It's your home and letting them stay is enough. I'm not sure how you resolve this. It's a mess. He has chosen his family over you. I'd stay away until his family have gone and then make him go to couples counseling to get this taken seriously. Good luck. I can't imagine how rough this feels. Just no significant Otheran. Not the asshole. Also, location flag, location flag, location flag. I hope he finds this post and reads all 120 plus comments and sees 0 of them agreeing with him. Wow. Not the asshole. This situation is so unfair to you. Sure, it sucks they lost their home and need to share a small room, but hey, at least they have a roof over their heads for free. You need your room on the main floor level, as you would have a very hard time getting upstairs. This situation was so disrespectful to you. Your husband should have talked to you and included you in this decision. Not the asshole. This is outrageous. Even if you had not been in a wheelchair, it would have been insane for your husband to do this without discussing it with you first. Add the massive inconvenience that this is causing you and I would consider this grounds for a divorce. Not the asshole. I am sorry to inform you married a mama's boy. Is he always being walked all over by his family like this? Also, if they help to buy your house and it comes with strings attached, it was better if they hadn't help at all. It's not their house. Not the asshole. Wow. This is divorce territory as far as I'm concerned. Your husband would rather pander to the wants of your selfish asshole in-laws than stand up for his disabled wife's actual access needs in her own home. Even if he apologized, I'd never respect or trust that bastard again. Not the asshole. Your husband is not putting you first, and the fact the family was willing to take your room shows that they're inconsiderate jerks too. Oh, but he can stand to see you uncomfortable in your house. For a month. I am flipping livid right now. Not the asshole.